Hello, I'm the Beauty Professor, and you can find my beauty blog at www.beautyprofessor.net. Today, I'm excited to talk a bit about a brand new lip color formula release from the line Metier de Beaute, which is one of my go-to favorite beauty product lines. And I will specifically be showing you the 3 Hydra Creme lipsticks that I selected from this formula family. I'll show you swatches, what they look like individually on the lips, and I'll also weigh in on my initial impressions regarding this brand new formula. The Metier de Beaute Hydra Creme lipstick retails for $25, and it comes in 16 shades. Reportedly, this was 3 years in the making, and the formula does differ from the Color Core Moisture Stained lipstick in the fact that it feels infinitely more emollient on the lips. Now, I've never experienced any kind of dryness from the Color Core formula. In fact, I love it very much. A couple of my favorite colors are Palm Springs and Miami, but the Hydra Creme is simply different. It is a buildable sheer to full coverage lip color. So with one pass, you might get sheer color, a couple of passes, medium coverage, and then I can build it all the way up to full coverage fairly easily without the buildup being too prominent on the lips. Each shade is highly pigmented, and I think that's what attributes to its ability to add coverage so quickly. And it feels amazing going on. Now, right now, I'm wearing 2 shades of the Hydra Creme lip color. I'm wearing Butterfield 8, which I'll give you a close-up of momentarily, which is a bright kind of peachy coral. And then I'm wearing a bit of Cashmere on top of that, which is a nude pink. So the colors together create this kind of bright-ish peachy nude pink. And for those of you who may follow my blog, you know this color is my unequivocal weakness. So I will either buy it or create it as much as humanly possible. So let's get a close-up of the lipstick itself, and I'll show you the 3 shades. The first shade I bought was Sahara, and that's kind of a nude peach color. It reminds me of some of the MAC shades from the 90s that I embraced when I was in a MAC phase, but it is infinitely more hydrating and comfortable, and I think the color is even more flattering than the ones I remember. So here is Sahara. You can see it's a beautiful peach-toned nude, and even though these apply sheer at the first pass, they are very creamy in texture. So here's Sahara swatched on the wrist, and that's a pretty colored true rendition of what you see in the tube here. You can see it translates as it should. It's got some beautiful opacity. I wouldn't say there's any palpable shimmer in this, but it's not a matte shade by any means. It's definitely luminous in nature, and I just love the really neutral look that it imparts on the lips. So Sahara was my first choice. Hands down, I picked one up for myself and for my mom. So I've just removed my existing lip color, and I'm going to go ahead and put Sahara straight from the bullet onto my lips so you can get a sense of how it applies and what it looks like by itself. So that's one coat of Sahara. I'm going to build it up once more, but you can see right now it's just a beautiful neutral nude peach, and we'll build it up again. There you go. It feels amazing going on the lips. It's almost like you're using a balm or a treatment that just happens to have a whole bunch of pigmentation. So I love the effect from a physical standpoint that these lipsticks impart. It's just so comfortable on the lips. And as somebody who consistently battles with dry lips, I cannot stress enough how incredibly hydrating and moisturizing these are. My lips just feel comfortable, balanced, really smooth and hydrated, and I love the fact that I'm getting that treatment aspect in addition to lip color. So that's a bit on Sahara. Next up is Cashmere. So as you can tell, I've removed my existing lip color, and I'm going to go ahead and swatch Cashmere right below Sahara. And while in the tube, these two lipsticks might look strikingly similar. I'll show you what I mean. Which one's which? I did deliberate for a while about which one I should pick up first. Sahara went out, and then I went back for Cashmere in the next color I'm going to share with you. Here they are swatched side by side. So here's Sahara, and then here is Cashmere, another deliciously nude neutral that's got a little bit of a mauvey pink undertone. Allow me to apply it on the lips directly from the tube. And here it is right here, just so you can see it in the light. And here is Cashmere alone by itself. You can see it just has a little bit more of a beige feel with a little bit of pink, whereas the Sahara is more of a peachy neutral. So yes, I absolutely needed both because I could definitely detect the subtle nuances between the two of them. And then finally, the darkest of the three that I purchased is Butterfield 8. And if you've ever seen that movie with Elizabeth Taylor, then you can understand my undeniable attraction to this particular shade. I love the fact that Mikey Castillo, who is the Metier de Beaute director of color, who comes up with the formulas, the shades, and the names, always seems to reference movies that I personally adore. So Butterfield 8 is no exception. Now this is a bright coral that has kind of a champagne undertone. It almost translates like a warm pink, but there is just such a delightful pop of color in this that upon examining and swatching and deliberating, I knew I needed to take home Butterfield 8. So here it is right here in conjunction to Sahara and Cashmere. And I'll go ahead and apply it directly from the tube onto my lips. You'll see that it instantly adds pigmentation to the lips. One pass, boom. And here is Butterfield 8. It does have this nice late 50s, early 60s kind of bright peachy coral vibe going on. The shade that I see in movies and go, I don't think that they make that in modern days, but they do, and it's called Butterfield 8, and I absolutely adore it. Let me get close to the camera so you can see it up close. You can see it's just a really lush formula, a beautiful, slightly shimmery peachy pink, but the shimmer is so subtle. It's really, really restrained, and I think that's what makes this such an interesting color. So lately, because I've been looking for a little more color in my life, I've been putting a coat and a half of the Butterfield 8 on, and then toning it down ever so slightly with a bit of Cashmere. So I'll go back to my original lip color from the beginning of this video. So here's Butterfield 8, and I'm adding a bit of Cashmere. And you can see it just brings kind of a beige tone to the lip that doesn't diminish the brightness, but does enhance the subtlety of the shade. And there's the combination. All in all, I am utterly enchanted by this new Metier de Beaute Hydra Creme lip color formula. Not only are the colors beautiful, gorgeous even, not only are the colors absolutely gorgeous, but the formula itself is so silky and emollient. It's long-lasting while still remaining very hydrating and slightly luminous. There's a shine, but it's not overt, and it just makes your lips look lush and healthy and full. So I am absolutely in love with this new Hydra Creme formula. Next on my Metier de Beaute release want list is the Peau Vierge powder. I have spoken many times over about my commitment to the Peau Vierge luminizer itself, but I know that there is a powder in the works, and I'm told that it will be released in November, I think towards the end of November. So I am eagerly awaiting its release. The weeks cannot fly by fast enough as far as I'm concerned, and hopefully I'll have a review on the Peau Vierge powder for you very, very soon. In the meanwhile, I truly hope you enjoyed this quick review and demonstration featuring the Metier de Beaute Hydra Creme lip colors. I will have additional still images and swatches with the accompanying blog post on my blog. So I welcome your questions and comments, and please don't hesitate to visit me at Beauty Professor, which can be found at www.beautyprofessor.net. Take care.